Longevity Lifestyle Designs. This is Accurate Secrets of Longevity.com. And I just saw Kevin and Annmarie Gianni up here in Canada. It was quite fun to see them. It was their first talk in Canada, actually. And I got them for an interview afterwards, and I'm very happy to have met them. And it was a great talk they gave. So check it out. We're here with Kevin and Annmarie Gianni from the Renegade Health Show. And I wanted to ask them a few questions. How are you enjoying your first trip up into Canada that includes giving a talk?
We're loving it. Everyone here has been so nice. We're in Georgetown right now, and we connected with some of the girls from Georgetown, Susan and some other girls. In January, February?
March.
March of last year down in Costa Rica. And Kevin and I just randomly we were in Costa Rica for a friend's wedding, but randomly wanted to do a juice fast, and we just picked a place that we saw on the internet, didn't know anything about it, and went there and just met these amazing people, and now we have this connection, so we're excited to be up here and hang out with them again.
And the Canadians are the second nicest people on the planet.
Yes.
Only second to the New Zealanders. The New Zealanders are
they're really sweet too.
Really sweet people, so it could be a close mix.
It's a very close mix.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the whole landscape and culture here? I know you were talking about the currency, and you were enjoying
the money is so beautiful. And
it is really pretty.
when people take care of their money like that, I mean, there has to be some sort of external kind of benefit of that too. And the money is beautiful. The people are always. I've never really met a Canadian who's nasty. Maybe I haven't been here long enough. But we really like the people here. I've always liked the people, and the people tend to be very, at least the Canadians who are into health that we've talked to, they tend to be really grounded about it, which I really like. Not as much as kind of there's not that too much of that I don't know, kind of ridiculous kind of
trend vibe.
Trendy, yeah, trend is perfect.
Trendy,
yeah.
or they don't make a religion out of it. Which is,
okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah. So.
And the landscape is beautiful because we're excited to be here this time of year because of the fall, and it just
maple leaves changing.
Reminds us of home, being in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So
right.
It's really nice.
Cool. I also understand you were just at the Longevity Now conference, and you.
Amazing.
I mean, there's tons of speakers there, and you also, I think you were just saying you've interviewed over 300 speakers now in all your online content so far. Do you have anything that sticks out in your mind as people that you've interviewed that really show definite evidence as certain things that people can take on that will improve and lengthen lifespan?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of controversy around that in terms of what's actually validated as being able to do something along those lines.
Yeah. So there are a few people who I really kind of respect and follow and really want to kind of pass their information along. One of them is Dr. J.E. Williams. And Dr. J.E. Williams, I've been working with him now for about a year and a half. And I've known him for about 2.5 years. It took a while for us to actually connect and do some work together. But he's a naturopathic physician as well as an oriental medicine doctor. He's been doing this working with patients for almost 30 years. He's seen over 100,000 patient visits, which is just it's an insane amount of visits. And on top of that, he's worked with indigenous cultures for almost 40 years now. So he's lived up with the Eskimos in Alaska, he's lived with Caro in Peru, he's lived in Mexico as well. And there's something about him that has this incredible amount of, there's something about him that he's been able to gather this incredible amount of knowledge and take indigenous cultures and people as well as clinical research, as well as clinical knowledge, and kind of meld the two together. And so I've really been following what he's been talking about. And he talks about blood tests. Blood tests are very important for monitoring what's going on in your system at any given time. So if you're running a low-grade deficiency, you can catch it with a blood test before it gets too bad or turns into disease. That's very, very powerful and a very effective way, a pragmatic way of finding out what's wrong with you. He also talks about the connection to the earth, and so he's been living with these cultures, and they eat completely different diets. So the Eskimos, they eat seal blubber and whale blubber, and the Karo eat potatoes. And so if you look at those two, you'd be like, well, you know, what decides their health? Well, it may not always be the food. And so exercise, sleep, minimal stress, and the connection to the earth and the land is very important. So how do we apply that to us? I mean, well, there's a lot of interesting questions there. Well, one, we can't be so food-centric in terms of, you know, our entire health paradigm. So we have to work on our nutrition, but we also have to work on our exercise, our sleep, our stress levels, our relationships and our job. Those are two very important things that can help for longevity. You know, people who are in good relationships live longer.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, you know, you don't have to search very far into the medical or the social journals to find that. And making sure that we take a holistic approach, real holistic approach, and finding out what really works for us are some of the best tools that we can use. So it's not just, you know, some special supplement or anything like that. And I was just telling you guys before, as we're kind of gathered after this talk, is that a lot of people come up to me and ask me, like, well, what about this supplement? What about this tool? What about this thing? And, you know, if someone's going to come up to me and ask me about a foot bath, well, the first thing I'm going to ask them is, well, how often are you exercising? And if they want to detoxify using a foot bath, well, exercise is a real efficient and inexpensive way to detoxify your body, and probably more effective than the foot bath. But how much are you doing it? So we got to get away, I think, in terms of longevity, we have to get away from all the fringe products. And there are good ones too, so I have to be very clear about that. Away from the fringe products and move into a paradigm where we're focusing on the main six, which again are nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress, job, relationships. Really try to master those. You're never going to master all of them, but try to master those, and then you can work on the fun stuff. The fun stuff is all the cool stuff, the super herbs and the super foods and all this cool stuff, which is valuable to some degree, but I think the biggest difference is going to come from those six things.
Say creative.
Creative process. Well, yeah, if you want to talk about that.
Another important thing is creative process. Is using your mind creatively. You know, not so much on just focusing on exercise and food and all that, but actually expressing it through music, through dance, through drawing, through writing. You know, whatever it is that you're passionate about. But that's another big thing that we've seen traveling around and meeting people. And there's a few actually health practitioners that are amazing and, you know, so knowledgeable, but they don't want to talk about that anymore. They want to talk about what, you know, their song that they wrote, or they want to talk about they want to show you the art that they drew, you know, because they just feel that that's where it's heading for them.
It seems like the older the health expert that we interview, the more, or the less willing they are to talk about health, and the more willing they are to talk about their passions and what they really love doing. And it's really fascinating because it's almost like fast forwarding. You know, so for someone like us, we were in our 30s, it's almost like fast forwarding that learning process and say, if we can just skip all the little, you know, tidbits about health and kind of work into creative process, then maybe that will actually really help improve our health, and we have to worry about some of the other stuff.
So quick change of scenery there, and I wanted to ask Annmarie, from your experience, what is the main problem that people have as they age that's causing issues in their skin and their appearance, such as collagen breakdown, and what are the things, whether it's specific products used on the skin or things to take internally that prevent and slow down these things from happening, like I said, collagen or wrinkles, etc.
Well, one thing is we cleanse too much. You know, saying this at our talk here, people just cleanse too much. You know, constantly showering, washing their hair every day, washing their skin with harsh soaps all the time. And when you wash your skin with harsh soaps, it's breaking down your acid mantle barrier. And your acid mantle barrier is basically your moisturizing barrier, and it's basically what protects you from environmental toxins, protects you from your skin drying out. You know, it's a really good protector in your skin. Your skin is one of your largest organs, so you want to, you know, keep it healthy. So once that acid mantle barrier is broken down, then your chances of getting wrinkles and dry skin and all that kind of stuff increases. So when you're looking at products, especially soap, you don't want to overdo it. A lot of people say only suds up in the important parts, which is like underarms, you know those important parts. But but if you're looking for, you know, a cleanser for all over, you want something that is more pH balance for your skin. And when I say pH balance for your skin needs to be more acidic, and your internal needs to be more alkaline. So you want products that are like about 5.5 on the pH scale. And a way that you can tell is if your soap is really, really sudsy, then that can be pretty harsh for you. So you want something that's more creamy and kind of silky.
So I'm just curious, what are you guys' plans for the next month or so? Where are you off to next? I know you're saying you're going back to Buffalo, and then you're...
We're in Buffalo until the end of October. And then we'll actually be heading down to New Jersey. Right now what we're doing is we're working with someone one-on-one. We're doing a 30-day transformation with them on a high-raw diet. And it's something that we wanted to do we have a lot of viewers on our show, and we wanted to do something to give back to them.
And to prove that it works.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're working with her, you know, giving her a high-raw diet and a lot of exercise and some other tools to kind of help her lose weight and to regenerate. And we'll be doing that again in New Jersey with an actual family.
Wow.
The month of November we'll be in New Jersey working with the family. And then for the holidays we kind of take time off and we're home with the family.
Right.
In 15 days we spent with her, she's lost 15 pounds. Now that's not all fat. It's water weight because of sodium, excess sodium, things like that. But she's already lost 15 pounds. And I have a feeling by the time we're done, it'll probably be around 20, because she'll stabilize a little bit, weight will go back up, but we hope it's going to be around 20 pounds. And a lot of people question, you know, does this stuff really work? And the answer is absolutely. It absolutely does work. And even we wrote on Facebook that, you know, Lauren had lost 15 pounds, and my mom, she wrote right below, she's like, well, can you put me through this protocol? And you know, it's like, you know, I spend so much time with her, you know, and she just still doesn't, she still didn't seem to kind of get it together or figure out that, you know, this worked until she saw the results. And so, and again, it's not always about the results before or during the protocol like this. It's after the people leave, or it's after, you know, your gym membership ends. You know, are you going to renew it, or are you going to continue, or is she going to continue? And those are the kind of tools that we're looking to kind of set Lauren up with. So in the long run, after we do leave, because anyone can do anything for a short period of time, in the long run, what will still be able to help her out as she continues on when we're not there?
Wow, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
For sharing all that. And just want to let everyone know that they should check out your video blog that happens 5 days a week, RenegadeHealthShow.com.
RenegadeHealthShow.com, RenegadeHealth.tv, Renegade.com.
It's easy to find.
Most of them get there. Yeah. Thank you for having us on. We really appreciate it.
It was nice meeting you, Zach.
So I hope you enjoyed that. Leave comments below and embrace life without limits.